Another easy way to retrieve the file you've saved is, if you're using the same computer, File, Recent Files. And it brings your file up. Okay, as promised in the last one, we're going to investigate a couple of other boxes off of the flowcharting. The first one will be Input. I'll click here, Get Input. And this time I will ask for a person's name. Now, when we're asking for input, we have to do what's called define a variable. And typically you give it a useful name so that you have a clue what the program is doing. Variable names of ABC, K1, Z2 have no place in programming except for a couple of predictable cases. So we want to say hello to a person, so we're going to call that input area person. The only trouble is, well, output still says hello world. I need to have it say hello the person's name. Here's how you would do that. A couple of spaces, the ampersand, which is Shift 7, and then the variable name. I could add on some punctuation that way. So what we're doing here is string concatenation, and text items are pasted together using the ampersand in many, many languages. So if I run it, it says hello 0. Well, the reason is this is another error you will get frequently, or maybe once or twice. If you're entering text in Visual Logic, it has to be inside double quotes. Now, in normal programming, it won't. But Visual Logic is a small piece of software, so that's how it tells the difference between numbers and text, is the double quotes. And the problem, now back to our problem. Why did it say hello 0? Well, if we look here, we didn't put anything in person yet at this time, so it has a default value of 0. So it said hello 0. So the problem is we need to move our input before it is used. And I've learned my lesson. I will put my data in double quotes here. Again, that's just a Visual Logic thing. Hello, Bob. Very good. All right. The second structure is what's called a for next loop. Now, remember how I said variables should have predictable names? Well, this is the exception. When we're counting for a loop, it's perfectly okay to have a short little bitty name. So I'm going to use K for count. How many people do I want to say hi to? Please, when you turn in your programs, don't have it say 999. Your instructor will not be happy. But we're going to count by starting at 1. That's what initial value is. And I'm going to stop at 3. That's enough. We're going to count by ones. So we will go through once, twice, and 3 times. Only trouble is, right now my loop doesn't have anything in it. But I can drag these flowcharting boxes around very easily. I can highlight several of them, draw a box around them, and move them. I can hold down Control. No, I can't. So I can move them individually, or I can draw a box around them and drag them back. Okay, now let's run it. Hello, Kathy. Alrighty then. So there's our little flowchart. We've seen 4 different types of boxes here. We've seen an assignment box. We've asked you to include this as the first one in each of your flowcharts as an author way. We've seen an input box. We've seen an output. And we've seen a box that allows you to go round and round by counting. So, come back for the next video and you will learn how to do some really cool stuff using graphics. Bye.